In for the Night is a podcast that discusses movies, random topics, and gives you an excuse to just stay in for the night.
Problem.
So we were just discussing how I constantly have my phone on vibrate. I wake up to it. I don't see a problem.
No, you don't. Not all the time.
Most of the
There was a
time.
time where I called you, and I called you like 15 trillion times to the T.
I call you 15 trillion times and you never wake up even with your ringer on, so shut it.
Hi. I was like, perfect. See? Two sexy minds think alike.
Sure.
But you know where Alaska is, and I don't.
Alaska.
Alaska. I am sick and on drugs. Leave me alone.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is actually my birthday weekend. And every year, Ty needs to have the attention on him. So he always gets sick or he does something, and then it's all about him. And then I am left on the curb,
It is
sad and
not
cold.
done purposely. Like, I was fine, and all of a sudden, I had to
Take
go
a
to
shot.
the store to go do something. I can't remember what it was that I had to go pick up yesterday. Oh, because our pipe busted on our kitchen thing. So we had to go get a new pipe thing, whatever you would call it, to cover it up. And so I rolled the windows down. I was cruising, blah, blah, blah. And I come back. Well, first the AC was on, and I was, you know, when you smell Freon, I was like smelling Freon. I was like, I don't like that. So I turned it off. So I rolled the windows down. So I don't know if it was that, because it was also really cold, and then putting down the windows and then smelling outside. My allergies started bothering me. I don't know, but I woke up, or I started playing video games yesterday. It started like sneezing a lot. And my throat started hurting, and still hurts today. So
We have air quality alerts a lot in this area. The last week we've had a lot. So.
and also going back and forth between Dallas and Oklahoma, it's not helping either. So it's my time to finally get allergies, and has to happen the weekend of her birthday.
My birthday. So,
I'm drinking me a nice little hot toddy.
in conclusion, he needs all the attention.
I need all the attention. I'm
Always,
an attention whore.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, and you're not. So it's perfect.
I just like sleeping. But we have a lot of stuff planned this weekend I'm pretty excited about, unless you're too sick, and then I'll have to just do everything by
I'm not too
myself.
sick. We're still doing it. I'm just going to have to toughen it up and stick it out.
Those words do not correlate with you.
This is true. So I'm not going to tough it out, and I'm not
You're
going to
just
stick
going to
it
complain
out.
the entire time and just make the weekend awful. Great.
Probably.
So tell the folks what you're doing for me. Because remember, on his birthday, I hit it out of the park. And so he said he needs to step up.
I never hit it out of the park on her birthday because she likes to do everything on the outside. And on top of that, she doesn't have like a whole lot of friends here in Texas and Oklahoma. So I can't invite a whole bunch of people like she can do for me. She doesn't like playing Pong, so I can't do what she did for me for my birthday. So it's like we're kind of like the complete opposite person.
So
So
you
for
know
her,
me. You know
I
me.
want to do a bunch of outside things, and it's supposed to be raining tomorrow, which it looks like rain is already coming in tonight.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but the plan is if it doesn't rain, to do massage first tomorrow, because it wasn't supposed to be for tomorrow, but they changed it. So
Tamaj.
Jesus.
Tomorrow.
Massage tomorrow. Yeah, I was doing them both together. A massage tomorrow, and then after that, it's supposed to be zoo, weather permitting.
No, Sunday Zoo.
Oh yeah, Sunday zoo.
Okay, I'll just do it.
Well, yeah, because you changed up a whole bunch of stuff.
I didn't change a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, so first, the massage was switched from Saturday,
Next Saturday to this
Saturday. So we're gonna do the massage. Then we kind of have a break, and then we're gonna go on a date night. We're gonna go to Te Amo, which is this really bomb-ass Italian restaurant, super good. And he can get cake. I think you got cake last time, or a brownie or something.
Yeah, it's like a little small brownie.
And so we're gonna go do that, and then Sunday we're gonna do brunch with some friends here. And then we're gonna go to the zoo, and then we are going. That's it.
Well, I mean, if the weather is permitting tomorrow, we could probably go to the lake or something, because people
Lake or
talk about the
aquarium.
lake here.
Yeah, but I don't know what to do there. Like, I don't know. Maybe kayak, canoe, kayak.
Or we can jet ski.
That
I never
would be fun.
jet skied. Apparently, you can do it super cheap here,
We can
so
look into
that'll
it.
be fun.
We have to figure out what lake though. Anyway, so those are the plans.
Yeah.
He is making
It's just
an attempt.
hers all outside stuff. So
I
it's
like
really
being
just
outside.
if the weather allows us to.
So
then that's
next
what we're
year,
doing.
I'm like, I do this thing. I'll look at random houses, even if we're not moving, but we are moving soon. So I look at houses all the time. And then I look at trips randomly just because it's entertaining to me. I love planning trips. So I don't know what got in my head, but I was like, oh, maybe Costa Rica. We can fly to Costa Rica for free because Ty works for American Airlines. Well, except we have to pay the taxes, but that's not anything compared to
What they would be.
yeah, what they would be. And looking at all-inclusive resorts near the Liberian city of Liberia in Costa Rica, it's like $900 to $1,000 for 5 nights, and I'm like, fuck yeah.
Well, let what's her name know. I don't want to say. I'm saying what's her name because I don't want to
Yeah.
say it on
Well,
here.
they already went to Costa Rica, so I don't know if they would want to go, but
I'm sure they would want to go with us.
right. So we can definitely test it out. But I was just like, all inclusive is the way to go because you can eat as much as you want, drink as much as you want, and it's just I like adult only resorts because you don't have to deal with screaming things running around.
I just like having another couple or another more people there, just in case shit goes down. I see too many movies, and yes, I believe shit like that can happen, like the one we just saw.
So, hey, my name's Katie.
That's why I'd rather have another couple there just in case. So, I mean, yeah, it'd be nice to go on like a little ourselves, but we don't fully pay attention sometimes. So
I pay attention. I watch a lot of horror movies, babe.
Now we both get hammered, we're not going to be paying attention, babe.
Yeah.
So, just good to have someone else there that's some extra pair of eyes or 2 sets of eyes. Yeah, not a pair of eyes, 'cause that's only one person.
Well, maybe they both lost an eye, so then there's a pair of eyes.
I'm going to tell them you said that.
Maybe.
My
name's Katie.
G Doggerino.
Or
Slim Dog.
Slim Dog Millionaire.
Slumdog Millionaire. What's or?
Ty.
No, I don't go by Ty.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I do, but that's like not here. This is
in this
G
setting.
Doggerino
In
and
this
Lur. That's what it is. Lur. You gotta say it like that though. Lur.
Dr. Lur.
I wish I was a doctor.
So it was really funny. We were doing Top Golf like a couple weeks ago. Maybe it was last week. And we were talking about how like my back is fucked up. I have a really bad back. I've been doing physical therapy. I've been going to the chiropractor. Hey, ADD. See, we were going to get the video going, but I just get lazy.
Jesus, that scared me.
Take a shot, everybody.
God bless.
So we were talking about how bad my back was, and Ty was like, well, why don't we like get a doctor to do a back replacement? And I'm like, that's impossible.
A spine replacement.
A spine replacement. And so then he goes on this like whole spiel. Like, I'm not talking. He's just going, but the doc probably is going to fuck it up because he went out to a bar the night before and he went to bed at like 3.
Doc's going to go out to the bar and get fucked up. It's going to be like the movie Flight, where he's going to get hammered and he's going to have to wake up to do the surgery tomorrow. He's going to be super hungover and he's going to get there probably late because he's got hungover and he's going to fuck up the surgery. And then we're going to sue his ass. And it'll be this whole big old thing, all because he went out drinking the night before. And I was like getting pissed.
No, he was like frothing at the mouth because he was so angry. And
I was like, this fucking doctor.
When he finally stopped talking, I was like, so you just made up this story and got super pissed at a fictional doctor that's doing a fictional surgery. And he's like, yep.
100%.
So that was pretty funny.
I forgot all about that. That was funny. I was like, this fucking doctor's going to go out and get hammered. That was funny. You should have recorded that.
I didn't know that was what was happening because...
Just like you said yesterday, we should be courting everything. Like the dogs did. She laid on the floor yesterday too, I think it was. And she was like, because her back was hurting. But, when you lay on the floor, the dogs like pounce on you and just start towering you with licks. So she did that, and Arrow was like, I'm going to start playing with my rope. So he picks up the thicker part of his rope, walks over to her, and slams it on her face. Then he picks it up, starts playing with it again, walks back over, and slams it on her face again. I was just laughing, man. It was so cute, but he didn't do it hard. It just looked like it was hard. He was like, man. But it was so cute. He's like, Mom, play with me. Oh, man.
But yeah. Well, now all the dogs get along. Everybody's happy.
Fifi and Wade are playing right now very quietly, which is surprising.
And soon they'll start making
Arrow's chewing on his rope, and Lala's being a lazy bum and laying on the couch.
And she's on a diet.
She is on a diet. I don't think she's happy about it either.
She hates it.
She does hate it.
All right. Well, I guess we can get into the meat and potatoes.
Meat and taters, not meat and potatoes. Meat and taters.
Okay.
Yeah, say it right.
Okay. I mean, you could have looked it up on your phone.
Nah.
Do you want to do a word find?
Why would I want to do word find?
Because that's what I was.
It is kind of fun, but. All right, so this freaking
Oh,
twist
to
of a
remind
movie.
you, we watched Missing, which is now on Netflix. So watch it.
Missing on Netflix. Highly recommend. Super, super good. Super, super twisty. Definitely watch it. It is an hour and 50 minutes, but it's
Worth it.
It's worth it. Sorry, I'm drinking my hot toddy. So I'm a little burpy. Sorry, excuse me. Let's see. I didn't do it loud, rude. So let's see. Missing 2023 thriller / mystery. And I have to say, this girl's character, she is like super smart for an 18-year-old.
She should be a private investigator.
Like, she is very
worldly
and internet savvy. Like, she just,
that's Generation Z though.
she like thought about a whole bunch of shit that I would have never even probably thought about.
I probably would,
especially at the end, because the ending is like,
that was cool.
that was cool, super cool. And we're not even gonna give it up. Y'all just have to watch it to see it. Y'all might not think it's cool, but it's like,
to me it was
like really smart,
innovative.
to like, and it worked. So the average person probably not would have thought about that. But anyway, to get into it, so we have 7.1 out of 10 on IMDb Bizzle.
Nice.
These are all really good ratings.
Yeah, they are. That's what I said.
85% on Rotten Potatoes, 4 out of 5 on Empire Online, whatever the hell that is. And then 88% like this movie Google users. I hate that fucking phrase. So you were saying something?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's good across the board.
Yeah,
so
it's like hella good across the board. It's like 90%, almost 90%, almost 90%, and then a 7.1 out of 10 on IMDb. So synopsis.
Penis, peni.
When her mother disappears while on vacation in Colombia with her new boyfriend, June's search for answers is hindered by international red tape. I was going to say something else. Stuck thousands of miles away in Los Angeles, June creatively uses all the latest technology at her fingertips to try and find her before it's too late. However, as she digs even deeper, her digital sleuthing soon raises more questions than answers. Release date is June 20, 2023. Directors is Nicholas D. Johnson.
June 20th?
January 20th.
Oh, I thought you said June 20th.
January 20th, I probably did. January 20th, 2023. Nicholas D. Johnson and Will Merrick. That's just a story by blah, blah. Okay, not that important. Oh, Storm Reed. Okay, we've seen her in something.
The girl?
The girl? That's the name of the movie?
No, I'm saying the girl.
The 18-year-old, Storm Reed.
She's familiar.
Yeah, she's really familiar. I've seen her in something. I just can't remember what. And we got Nia Long as Grace Allen. We got Ken Leung as Kevin. We have Joaquin Dead.
It's pronounced long.
I can't even say it, but he's Javier. And we got Megan Suri as Vienna. Daniel Henry as Agent Park. Wow. He has like a complete, not what I would think his name would be.
Not all Asian people have Asian names, babe.
Clearly, because it's almost like Hennessy is his last name. There's just no S's in there. And then we have Amy Landecker as Heather Demore. She's like very, like, her face is the same as it was in the movie. Like heavy red makeup, like thick eyeliner.
It's not cute.
I mean, it doesn't look bad on her.
She's in Missing, A Wrinkle in Time, Euphoria, The Last of Us.
Who?
The black chick. Suicide Squad, The Nun, The Invisible Man.
The Nun. Oh, Invisible Man.
Yeah, so she's in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I've seen like 3 or 4 of those movies too.
All right, so let's get into this mess of a story. Not a bad mess, just a big mess. All right, so we open with watching a video from 2008. Mm-hmm. And they're at a house, and the dad's videotaping his little girl, who's maybe about 5 or 6. 6. She's 6 because math 12 years later, she's 18.
Yeah, she's 18.
And so they're playing, and then he's playing with a kitten, and it's so cute. At first, I thought it was a kitten in our house meowing, and I was like, what? But it was just there, and then the dad all of a sudden gets a nosebleed, and somebody
where
on a
it
computer stops it, cuts it, and then puts it in a file. So
I'm assuming is the mom.
then what we do is we go. I didn't understand the connection to the story, but we see who we find out is his name is Kevin. He is standing with a blanket wrapped around his shoulders at a crime scene, and they open a car trunk and look in there. I don't know what the connection was for that.
What?
Did you not, like at the beginning of the movie, like there was like a car that probably was in a lake or something, and they pulled it out, and then they opened the trunk?
I don't remember any of that.
Okay, well, then there's no point to talk about it.
I do not. That was right after the first scene?
Right after the first scene, there was like crime tape, and Kevin had a blanket wrapped around him, and he was walking, and he hands the keys over to the police person who opens the trunk, and he looks shocked, and it's part of like one of the unidentified episodes.
I do not remember that at all.
It was not like a big part. It was just part of it, and I'm like wondering why he
that was because that wasn't.
Maybe it wasn't even Kevin. It just looks like Kevin to me.
Yeah, but then who would it be? Because no one pulled that car out of a lake or anything, so that was weird.
All right, so June is the girl. Mom's name is Grace. Grace calls June, and they're talking about this trip and how Heather, her friend, is going to be watching over June while they're away. June doesn't need a babysitter and kind of flips out on it. In the background, she's making plans with her friend to have parties while her parents are gone.
A bunch of booze.
Yeah, and so she sends money over to her friend, and they get booze. Kevin and her mom are going on a trip. Kevin tries to talk to her before they leave, which is kind of weird to me because he's like, I really do love your mom. But it was like, why was he saying that? Did he really love her, or was it...
Well, it's because he...
felt guilty, maybe?
Probably he felt guilty, and then secondly, June obviously is pissed off at, like... Probably doesn't like Kevin because obviously the dad's out of the picture. Now mom is redating. Mm-hmm. So, every teenager is going to be pissed off about that. And then... And she doesn't like the mom either. Like, she's pissed off at the mom for some reason, too.
She's a teenager. She's an asshole.
Yeah, so she just doesn't like neither one of them.
So June is going to party with her friends. The mom reminds her to pick her up on that Monday, so she writes a note. And then Monday rolls around, like the week, we see June partying with her friends, and then Kevin's updating a few pictures of him and his mom, or him and her mom, supposedly. And
Kevin's updating a few pictures of her.
Him and his mom. Trip.
Sending on the trip. Yeah.
And so then June has this huge ass party at her house. House is a mess, so she goes to TaskRabbit. She
has like 3 nights of partying.
And she needs somebody to clean up quick because she fucked up. And so she gets a TaskRabbit. She's like, please don't steal anything. She goes to the airport. She makes a sign. It's like, welcome back from prison.
Yeah.
And,
which is kind of funny, but.
And so she stands there for an
hours,
extended amount of time. And all of a sudden she just is like, she gives up and she goes back home and she's looking and she's trying to call her mom and all this stuff and nothing's happening. So this is when she starts to panic. I would probably too, like if I was going to go pick you up and you weren't outside and you weren't responding to me, I would be like, what the fuck happened? Mm-hmm. But my question, my like kind of main question at the beginning is, why didn't they Uber back? They Ubered to the airport, but not back. Why would they need to be picked up?
Well, we learned later on that the Uber was not.
Well, yeah, we learned about that.
It was like.
But logically thinking, if I was the daughter.
That's why they took an Uber, because it was a staged thing.
I know. I'm just saying, if I was the mom, why would I would just Uber back. Like, if I didn't think anything was going to happen.
Well, they shouldn't have. To me, they shouldn't have Ubered there in the first place. The daughter could have took them.
Right. Exactly. But they didn't. Anyway. So this is when June starts to begin her sleuthing. And she calls the hotel, and the hotel person, can't speak Spanish. The person can't speak English. So she's using Google Translate on the phone.
Which is like super cool.
It was super cool. I have phone anxiety. So if I get on the phone and I'm talking to somebody who doesn't speak English, I panic and hang up really quickly because I get scared. I don't know why. It's just a thing. And so.
Well, you should get over that.
You should shut up. So the thing that I'm thinking about is, how would you know how to spell shit? She's just like typing things out and
I
spelling.
mean, you can kind of. I'm pretty sure the Google Translator isn't like perfect. So if you put a word that's semi-close, it would like correct it and make it like, okay, you're trying to say this, like an autocorrect. And I think that's what it was doing. I mean, she's smart, so she's like trying to spell it the best she can. And I mean, she did a fairly good job.
Right. Well, I don't know. And then she was like looking, what is that called? Where you have the little guy in Google Maps and you can, like, Street View. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. Street View. She has a Street View up and she's like looking around at the hotel that they're at.
She sees that there's cameras.
And she sees there's a camera. And so she asked for the camera footage, which I find very fishy that their camera footage
deletes or overwrites every 20 or 48 hours.
That's a short time span. Usually it's like a week at least.
I mean, it's Colombia.
Sure, I don't know. All right, so this is when she calls Heather, and Heather is going to help her out. So she's looking around. She's getting the embassy involved. She's doing her part. I thought she seemed a little fishy at the beginning. I don't know. I
mean, she was fishy. Like, we thought that she had like a little thing for Kevin, apparently. But whether it's true or not, we'll never find out.
Exactly. Poor thing. So then June decides that she needs somebody in Colombia to help her out. So she goes to TaskRabbit. TaskRabbit isn't in Colombia, so she goes to something similar, Go Ninja, which is kind of hilarious. I love that. And so she looks for somebody, and she pulls up this one person who's really expensive, and so she had to limit her.
Yeah, she goes to because she only had like $70 left from the money that her mom gave her.
Yeah, and so she had limited funds, so she got matched pretty much with this guy named Javier, who is named Javi. We are going to call him Javi going forward. And
who only charges $8 an hour. Like, that's insane.
Money in Colombia is different. Like, it's a lot more.
That's crazy.
The US dollar is a lot more.
I mean, granted, he didn't do like a whole lot of work. I mean, he was just driving around. I mean, he did actually, but he was just riding around. He's like, you know how many packs of gums that I bought?
He's chewing on it. And like, he goes to he's like, normally I do like household chores or electrical work.
Yeah, not trying to find someone's mom.
And so he's helping her. And so he goes to the hotel and he's talking to the hotel people. But in the background, so he hangs up. He's not talking to her anymore, but he's going to do the task that she needs. And while he's doing that, what's her face? June broke into Kevin's account, which kind of opens up another bunch of doors. That crazy, because she goes to his Gmail account and it has a lot of blocked users,
like 27 blocked users,
which is really all women. And she's like, what the fuck? And so then she was like, but they're all calling him different names. And so we found out that Kevin is a con man and he has done some time in jail. Which is scary to think that, oh crap, like this dude who's dating my mom is a con man. And he could be, but he's using his real name now. He's a real person now. He's not conning well, kind of. Yeah. Conning Grace.
But I think in this aspect of it, I'm pretty sure the dad threatened.
So the dad threatened Kevin in prison. We're just going to be jumping around on this because there's a lot of...
Yeah, there's a lot of like back and forth, and
so we might be giving away something that might not have happened yet, but it's just really hard to explain it, and I don't feel like you want to listen.
Well, let's not give it away.
We're not going to give everything away. So when we're seeing that a bunch of girls are messaging him, and then he gets to this email or messaging where Bunny Cake, this girl sent a picture
Bunny Cakes
of her, and she's an actress, she's a bartender, and creepily looks very similar to Grace. So Kevin is cheating. He has different names, con man, but Bunny Cake has been missing. So June calls the bar that she works at, but Bunny Cake has been missing. Her name's
2 weeks.
Yeah, her real name's Rachel. For 2 weeks, and she asked the bar guy to call her if she shows up or whatever. To a random address. Oh, and so then she saw on his locations that he went to a random address in the middle of nowhere, which turns out to be like a safe haven place where you're supposed to talk about your past and whatever. And so then Javi. Yeah, Javier. Javi. Javier calls June back and says, yeah, they left on Friday, so it was 2 days earlier than when they were supposed to leave, and they left all their luggage. And he said, oh, they asked about where to go to get a hardware store. And so they go to, Javi goes to 6 different hardware stores, buys a lot of gum.
Whole bunch of
gum because they want to see if it has the same name as a
bank statement.
And so they found out he bought a lock at the hardware store. And so my first mind is, like, my mind went to, like, those lock bridges, because there's one in Korea.
My mind did not go to that.
There's one in Korea. There's a bunch of them all over the world. So it's just something like you do with somebody you love. It's like a very coupley thing. You write your initials on it, and then you make a wish and all that bullshit. And so you put the lock on the thing, and it's there forever until the bridge falls. Probably under the weight of all the locks.
Probably. My mind did not go to that. My mind went to, like, him locking away her corpse is what it went to me.
Okay, so this is when June continues to look through Kevin's things, and she gets to the dating site. That's where she met her mom met Kevin. Ironically, she didn't know how her mom met him.
Yeah, she didn't.
Which is really weird. Like, usually you'd be like, oh, you're not dating online, blah, 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 or something. But no.
Because she was very non-talkative to her mom.
Little see you next Tuesday. Mm-hmm. And so there's a video of Kevin and Grace at the bridge, and Kevin proposes. It's super sweet. Mm-hmm. You roll your eyes.
Well, I didn't roll my eyes because never mind.
Anyway, yeah. So going forward, we're just going to skip over a couple things.
Well, in the videos on the website, Kevin does mention that, because the mom mentioned that she has a pass, but she doesn't say what the pass is. So Kevin brings up, okay, I have a pass too, and I did some time. So he says he at least lets her know openly, like, hey,
which is good. That's honest.
I was in trouble at one point, so he wasn't like hiding it from her, which is good. And
that, like, it makes a lot more sense now why he was so persistent in messages on online dating. Remember, he like sent three messages and she hadn't responded until like the last one. Mm-hmm. So it makes a lot more sense now why he was being so persistent. So Agent Park, who is in Colombia helping out with this missing persons deal, sends June a video of a white van coming up to them, kidnapping them, and her mom gets taken away. Her and Kevin get taken away, which sucks. Then we get to find out the last video that Kevin posted was of supposedly her mom looking at the plane window, but it turns out to be a live view. And so she clicked the live view, and it wasn't her mom.
It wasn't her mom.
So this entire trip, the photos that Kevin was taking had the mom's face turned
with the hat covering it.
And so he sent a picture of her, like him and the girl holding cocktails, and he's like, "Oh, cocktails! Oh, haha, cock! I meant mock."
Yeah, mocktails. But I think he said because apparently it was the mom saying that she was messaging, and I'm pretty sure the mom doesn't say that, so that's why she went back to that Rachel's profile and saw, like, wait a minute, that didn't make any sense, and found out that it was Rachel instead of the mom.
Right.
So this whole time, the mom wasn't even there. So now another can of worms has opened up.
So then they figure out that the mom was switched on the way to
the
airport, which sucks. Because now that's kind of scary because, like, the security footage from the airport cameras wasn't her mom. It's like from the beginning, like, oh, maybe he got kidnapped at, if you hear the dogs, take a shot.
Take a shot.
But, so Bunny Cake, Rachel, she is on a plane going back to the United States, and she pretty much...
Take a shot.
She ran into the wall. So she pretty much gets arrested, and she was like, it was reality TV. I was just doing it as a job. Like, I got paid for it. And so she got to go to Colombia. She did this reality TV. She was acting, apparently.
Yeah, acting.
And she's like, yeah, even Kevin Kevin told me about the van kidnapping. Like, it was all set up. Like, everything was set up. And so it was like, okay, but, like, the person who was interviewing her, she was like, but it didn't, like, ring any bells or anything that it was like...
that wasn't weird? That there was no cameras around, like, big cameras?
Oh, no.
Take a shot.
Are they? Yeah, they're playing hard now. It's evening playtime, which they do. And it sounds bad, but really, it's just them, like, giving raspberries to fucking Wade.
Yeah.
Which is cute. And Lala's
Now
sitting
they're
right
licking
here.
each other.
Okay, so then we find out Grace Allen is not Grace's real name. So then all these stories start going down where...
The mom changed her identity to run away. And
like, scary things that could have happened, but we don't, like, you don't really know. And June is trying to, like, fight for her mom, and so she's writing messages back and downvoting things and all that shit, which doesn't really work because the internet's the internet. And so this is when she finds the encrypted messenger in Kevin's accounts. And so she breaks in, she goes into it, and she's reading some messages who looked to be to Heather. But you don't know the other person because it's
it just
an
says, like,
username.
new user.
And so she pretty much is like, oh, hey, this is a new phone. I lost your number. Can I have your number again? And the number is sent. It's Heather's. So in my brain, I'm like, fucking bitch. Fucking bitch. So I hated her. I didn't really like it. So this is when June is trying to break her, like, catch Heather in the act. And so
but right after she gets the number, it, like, she loses connection. So someone ended it on the other end.
Right. And so she then goes to Heather's office, and she's like, I see your car. Your car's here. You're here. Where are you? And so...
Banging on the door, and it just happens to open up. And then we're like... And it's dark in there and scary. And so she goes snooping around. She sees that someone is deleting her computer files, like completely wiping it. And it's almost done. It's like 88%. I don't know. I was like, why don't you try to start it? But I don't know if you can stop it when it's already, like, doing that. So then she goes snooping around. She hears someone, like, coming in. She hears a elevator. She ducks underneath the desk. But then she sees something on the floor, and it's like a broken necklace or choker, one of the two. So then she's like, hello? Like, anyone here? She goes into the back room, and that's when she finds Heather, like, in the back, like, choked to death, apparently.
That sucks. So Heather's gone.
There's like a bunch of pictures on the desk, like, she's like, if you tell her anything, then you'll die. I guess that was talking about June, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think so.
And then there's pictures of Heather as well, so someone was, like, stalking her. Yeah. She was basically, like, trying to do the right thing because she was in fear for her life and ended up getting taken out.
So this is when Kevin's kind of panicking, and he messaged that person. He's like, I need help. Like, I need help getting out of here. They're onto me. They're close.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was like we see Kevin talking to him.
Yeah,
and we thought it was June. We're like, no, that doesn't make any sense. But yeah,
no, I thought Kevin was talking to Heather. I thought Heather was in on it, but I don't think it was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So now it makes more sense to that. So police find Kevin, and they chase him up to a roof, and they shoot him, which was the stupidest thing they could have done. They could have captured him and taken him into custody.
And it says on there, like, in the next scene that, a fugitive is shot and killed for trying to escape with stolen money. And it's like, okay, so he obviously didn't have a gun. You could have shot him in the leg or the arm or something so you can, like, find out answers. But no, they just blatantly, like, shot him 10 or 15 times, which was stupid.
Like, fuck this shit.
So yeah, they ruined that. So then that basically is just like a standstill because, like, that kind of, like, ends the investigation until
June breaks into her mom's
her mom's account because she tried passwords before, but they didn't work. But her mom always called her Junebug, which I thought that she was going to try from the very beginning, and she only put June. So I was like, okay, come on now, like, you're smarter than that. So she finally puts Junebug in there, and then she's into her mom's account. So she starts snooping around in there and finds
one blocked user.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's really interesting. She takes the name and she searches for it, and then it's connected to Kevin's email, which is for security cameras. That's where she finds he has a security camera set up.
Yeah, at that one house.
Right. So at that one house. And so she looks into it and she sees a shed camera and she's like trying to talk through it, but I guess it's only one
there's
way.
No audio, yeah.
It's one way, so it's out. And so this is when some guy named Jimmy, who was supposed to be the church guy, the pastor,
like on the way to her house.
He's like, I'm almost there. And she gets out and he's knocking on the door and she's like, no, I'm calling the police. And then it reveals, who is it?
It's her fucking dad
Her
of 12 years ago.
Dad is fucking there. And I was
In
like,
the flesh.
holy shit. I really thought he died. Like,
did as well.
But so I guess all the research that was on the computer in the beginning was just to make sure to know the symptoms. So when she told June, like when the mom told June about her dad dying, it was just to make sure the symptoms are right. So if she had questions.
Yeah, because it was a bunch of crap on there. It was like an aneurysm, blood clot, and something else, and something. I'm like, good Lord.
I don't want to give too much more away because now we're at the end.
Yeah, now we're at this. So now so I think that's probably a good stopping point because we highly, highly do recommend this movie, just like we highly recommend Knock at the Cabin.
This was really good.
This was a really good movie too. It had a lot of twists. Like even when we're like, okay, it has to be this person, you're like, fuck, okay, well then who else could it be? It was just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But I really give June credit, like her character, for like being, using every single arsenal she had for the internet. Like
she thought outside the box.
She thought way outside the box on a lot of shit, especially what she did at the very end, which we're not going to tell y'all either. Like, y'all just have to watch this movie. It's super good, and watch it to the end, of course. But y'all will enjoy it. I mean, it got good ratings across the board, and it's like probably one of the first movies, the only one that's had it across the board. So, 100% recommend.
Okay, so again, it's called Missing. It is on Netflix.
Yep.
And it's a found footage movie. So found footage means it's not like a cameraman and you're talking to it. It's like on a computer or a phone or a watch. Like it's just a mix of different things. So it's not like a typical
or security cameras you're looking through. Like
it's just a bunch of different kind of camera angles and stuff, which I think is very creative. Okay,
what's your score?
Oh, my score.
Jesus.
I'm gonna give it a 10.
I'm gonna give it 11. A 10.
All right, so we gave it a 10. Definitely watch it. It was really, really good. Now we are going to move on to your topic. Do you remember your topic?
Your topic. Just kidding. No, I don't remember my topic. Did I write it down somewhere?
No.
Let me guess.
Let me guess.
Is this crazy things that kids say?
No, we already did that.
Fuck.
These are expressions. They're histories, like typical expressions, popular expressions with their histories explained.
Yeah, like mind your own beeswax.
Yeah. So I got this information from BuzzFeed.com and History.com. I'm giving you that one. It's shorter.
Give me that one.
You can go first if you want.
Do you have 12?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we have the first one is a site for sore eyes. Sorry, had a little yawn there. A site for sore eyes. Writer Jonathan Swift, probably most famous for Gulliver's Travels. Gulliver's Travels used the phrase in the 1700s. The quote, "The site for you is good for sore eyes," was found in a work titled "A Complete Collection of Gentile and Indigenous Conversation." That doesn't explain anything.
He just made up that thing. You are a site for my sore eyes. He just used it. That's the history of it. That doesn't really mean anything.
Oh.
So do you understand what that means?
No.
So a sight for sore eyes is like, oh, if my eyes are hurting and then you come in and you're so pretty and gorgeous, my eyes are not hurting anymore.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
What is the cats? Right,
probably one of the cats. So my first one, barking up the wrong tree. Dating back to the 1800s, this common phrase relates to hunting with pack dogs. Not too much to this one. If a dog was barking up the wrong base of the tree, odds are the prey escaped or the doggo was just incorrect. Poor dog.
So that makes it bark up the wrong. But people use it now as like
You're barking up the wrong tree. So, like, let's say somebody's a lesbian and you try to go hit
that's
on them.
Usually how
You're barking
when
up
they
the
say
wrong
it.
tree. Yeah.
Usually it's like a woman hitting on a gay guy is when I mostly hear it.
Oh, honey, you are hitting up the
Yeah,
wrong
you're barking up the wrong tree. Yeah, I hear that a lot in like movies and TV shows. Bite the bullet. Sometime between the 18th and 19th century, the expression originated from outdated medical practices, especially for soldiers. Back in the day, to distract patients, since anesthesia was not a thing yet, doctors would have them bite down on a literal bullet. Jesus, I did not know that.
I didn't know that one either.
I know you bite down on like wood or like something leather,
yeah.
but I didn't know biting down on a literal bullet. Holy shit!
You just have to deal with it, like bite the bullet. That makes sense. So
that's a good
I like
one.
literally I put these like together a couple weeks ago, so I don't remember all of them either.
I mean, I understood that one for sure.
All right, so my next one is paint the town red. Everybody's a whore. The end. No, just kidding. A lot of controversy about the origins of this one, but people in the UK believe it references the Marquis of Waterford and friends in 1837, who went on a night of drinking through the English town of Melton Mowbray. Whereas people in the U.S. cite in 1884, and the Oxford English Dictionary quotes the Chicago Advance of 1897. The boys painted the town, New York City, red with firecrackers on Independence Day. That one makes a lot more sense.
Painted the town red with firecrackers?
Because usually like they only had one color and they were red, so whenever they explode, it would be red.
Well, it would be like a red paint that came out of it? Or a red...
You know fireworks, babe? When you blow them up, they're different colors.
Yeah.
That's it.
So they'll just be red color? I'm so confused.
I don't know. How are you confused? Firecrackers, when they blow up, they're red. That's it.
Yeah, I said that. And you just looked at me.
And I was
you
like,
could have
I
said
did-
yes or something. Not just
just-
stare at me like I just... like you just saw a ghost or something.
I'm just like waiting for the dots to connect.
It didn't. If you would have said yes, they would have.
One dot's here, the other one's way over here.
If you would have said yes, they would have connected. But you just stared at me like I was an idiot. You're like,
I don't know how to explain it any better to you.
say yes.
Yes.
Thank you. It's not that hard.
Take a shot.
Let's see. Oh, I thought she was gonna like land on him. She would have broke his back. Okay, so hands down. Dating back in the 19th century, the phrase refers to horse jockeys loosening their grip on the reins when their horse had a strong lead in the race. Giddy up. I've never heard hands down. I mean, I hear hand, but
Like,
it's like
hands down, the best sushi you'll ever eat. Hands down.
Oh.
Because it's like, that makes a lot of sense. So if the horse was winning, and they would loosen the grip so they wouldn't have to ride as hard,
Yeah.
because they knew they were going to win, because it was like a...
So it'd be more relaxed, like
Right.
smoother ride.
So hands down means like the best, like there's no other options, like nothing else can beat it. So, this place has the best sushi you'll ever eat, hands down. Nothing comes close to it.
So that that makes sense more than what this explanation was.
Okay.
Oh, it's your turn.
Bury the hatchet.
Oh.
There is a Native American origin for this one. When two tribes decided to settle their differences and live in harmony, the chief
Wow.
I can't say it. Chief of each tribe buried a war hatchet in the ground to signify their agreement. That's nice. And then they go dig it up later and stab each other's
stab
backs.
each other in the back. Bury the hatchet in your back. I never heard this one. Crocodile tears.
You never heard that one?
Never heard it.
Are you serious?
Nope. This phrase originated from the belief that crocodiles cry, but the tears produced by the crocodiles are not emotionally driven. I assume whoever verbally used this phrase first was a sassy individual. Take a shot, by the way.
Yeah. Crocodile tears, like when somebody's fake crying. Oh, you're crocodile tears because
Never heard. I just hear fake crying.
I highly doubt that you've never heard that.
I've never heard it. If I have heard it, I just don't remember it. Because I might have heard it maybe once or something.
No, that happens all the time.
Well,
it's
I've
like in
never heard
TV too and movies.
I don't hear it in TVs and movies.
All right.
Like, hands down, I've heard. Bite the Bullet, I've heard. Sight for Sore Eyes, I've heard. The ones you said, I've heard, but not crocodile tears.
How about cold feet?
That one, yeah. Well, yeah, that's with weddings.
Okay, one of the earliest pieces of evidence for the phrase cold feet comes from the poet Stephen Crane. In 1896, he released Maggie, A Girl on the Streets. In it, Crane wrote, "I knew this was the way it would be. They got cold feet." The expression he used most...
Take a jeez.
Jeez. Take a shot. Take two.
Yeah, take two.
I think Fifi just wants to play with the toy and like... Hey, stop.
Calm down, please. We're trying to record. Thank
All
you.
right, so you guys are in on what we do daily. We yell at them for getting a little too rough. Okay, so they got cold feet. The expression is used most for backing out of engagements, but the origin of the saying refers to simply losing interest in something. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Let's see. Oh, I've heard this one too. Cat got your tongue? Question mark. An example of an expression being lost to time, but there are some theories. What? An example of an expression being lost to time, but there are some theories. I don't.
Lost to time, so we don't know the real origin of it, but your theory. So lost to time. So it's been so long, it got lost over time.
That didn't make any sense to me. Got it. With the least clear origins of the bunch on this list, some believe it is related to ancient Egyptians cutting out tongues and feeding them to cats, while others believe it originated from floating crew members aboard vessels. How does that make any sense?
I have no idea.
But
I like
the first one I get.
Egyptian
Yeah,
cat
the
got your
Egyptian
tongue.
cat got your tongue.
All right, how about this one? Do you know this one?
But it's like cat got your tongue. That means you're like
can't
stuttering.
talk.
You can't talk because you're about to
Like,
lie or something.
maybe cat got your tongue. Like, oh, maybe you're trying to talk to a hot person, but you can't.
So it can have like multiple
Well, yeah.
different meanings in a way.
Cat got your tongue. All right, show your true colors.
Mm-hmm. I heard that.
Okay.
One.
Lowering your colors aboard a ship to hide your nation's flag is a strategic move. In a naval battle, if you hoist your flag high after hiding it, you are showing your true colors. So in a naval battle, if you're going up to somebody new who could potentially be an enemy, you take your flag down and then
you hide it.
Eh,
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Mr. Wade, come on, lay down, bud.
just
Let's see. Excuse me. I heard this one too. Caught red-handed.
this one's
A
easy.
saying with origins dating back to 15th century Scotland. Caught red-handed is referring to being found with blood on your hands after they have committed a crime. Pretty simple. Oh, I thought it was stealing shit.
Well, caught red-handed could be anything. You got caught doing the act.
But
so
then you got caught.
Murder.
You were doing something in the act. You murdered someone. Okay.
Yeah.
So it should be referred to as just murder then, not stealing something.
It's caught in the act. It doesn't matter.
Why you gotta like give a good reason why something is the way it is? Why can't
Do you want me to
just
give you a terrible
be
reason?
on my side? Be like, yes, babe. Why can't it be like that? I'm on your side with you. You're like, no. Is this way for a reason? Shut your dirty mouth. That's basically what you're telling me.
This is the same doctor situation where you exacerbate something and you just keep on going, and then get really upset and for no reason.
I mean, even though I'm sick, I can still go and go and go. I mean,
You're
like an
like
Energizer Bunny.
There was a meme of this girl. She was sitting on a plane and she was like posted something. She's like, "Oh, this dude is talking to Bae on his phone, but like." He's probably going to try to hit on me and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, and somebody posted, so you're getting upset at a guy who didn't do anything yet.
Yeah.
That was pretty much it.
100%.
All right, my turn. Put a sock in it.
I've heard that one.
I wish I had a wacky story about a man shoving a sock puppet into the mouth of another man, but this one is pretty basic. It is simply British slang used in the 20th century to request a talkative or noisy person to simply shut their lips.
Shut the fuck up. Let's see. I already said that one. Waking up on the wrong side of the bed. I've heard this one. A Roman superstition. Positive forces a weight on the literal right side of the bed. However, if you get out of bed on the left side, that's some bad energy right there.
Bad energy.
So don't sleep on the left side. Oh, I'm on the left side.
I was like,
why do you wake up with bad energy every day?
wow, you're a dick. You are my bad energy.
Yeah, that's why I'm on the left side. Duh.
Bite you. All right.
I'll fight you.
Like, we'll square up with you.
Square up.
Steal your thunder. This idiom might have the funniest origin and came from the 18th century. Dramaticist John Dennis created an idea for a thunder machine for his play Appius and Virginia. But it didn't work. Fast forward to the little-known production Macbeth, and alas, his idea was stolen for the play's production. Oh, the drama.
Oh, the drama.
So this literally somebody literally stole John Dennis's thunder machine.
Yeah, that's been happening a lot. Just like, BG stole freaking Windows. Bill Gates.
Oh.
And then who else though? And then didn't he partially take the Apple guys?
I have no idea.
I
don't pay attention to that shit.
Did something with it or some shit. Oh, let's see here. Running amok.
Amok.
The word amok comes from the Malay, someone from Malaysia and Indonesia word.
I looked that up. I actually put that in there, so we knew.
Minamok, which means to make a furious and desperate charge. Captain Cook used the phrase to describe the behavior of Malay tribesmen.
So Captain Cook is actually a captain who did sailing around Australia, New Zealand, because the only reason I know that is because I used to work for a travel agency that focused totally on like Australia, New Zealand areas, and there's a company called Captain Cook, and I thought that was so funny. The end.
So I'm still running amok. Wait.
It's running amok, like doing crazy things. Remember in Hocus Pocus when she was like, run amok? Amok. Oh, take a shot.
Take a shot. So
just going crazy, like doing crazy things. Like I don't know.
Not being normal.
Right. And so it's from a Malaysian word, and he was like going forth hard or whatever he said.
Okay.
All right. Spill the beans. Do you know that one?
Oh, which means to make a furious and desperate charge.
So charge running at something.
Yeah. Okay.
Spill the beans.
Yeah.
Okay. Like most on here, it is pretty controversial where exactly the phrase originated, but one explanation dates back to the ancient Greece. People would vote anonymously using white and black beans as a simple yay or nay.
Nice.
That's interesting.
Let's see. Can't hold a candle. I haven't heard that one.
Like can't hold a candle to you. I'm sure.
This one, I haven't heard that one. This one dates back to the 17th century. Which is exactly why. 17th century. I wasn't alive back then. 17th century writer. No, wait. This one dates back to the 17th century, and its meaning is related to one's incompetence. The saying comes from talking about an apprentice who was not. Oh my God. I'm gonna get together eventually, folks. An apprentice who was not even skillful enough to hold a candle for his master. In short, they were worthless as an apprentice. Okay, that makes sense.
Right?
So, incompetence.
Stupid. But it's comparing like two people. So let's say, Jason Momoa can't hold a candle to you.
Yeah.
That means he can't hold a candle. He's dumb.
Yeah.
I don't think that Jason Momoa.
Well, he's an actor, so
he's amazing.
He definitely can't be dumb being an actor.
Well, some people can be.
No, they have to remember a bunch of lines. No.
Being stupid and remembering shit are two different things.
I think they can kind of go hand in hand.
Okay, moving on.
Okay.
Rule of thumb.
Give you a damn paper cut.
Wow.
Right between your toes.
Rule of thumb.
Yes, I've heard that one.
Okay.
Everyone's heard that one. Even like 1-year-olds have heard that.
Crocodile tears, everybody's heard of.
No, they have not.
Yes.
No,
yes,
they have not.
Yes.
Lala, have you heard of crocodile tears?
She's like, don't
She
get me
said, "Fuck
involved.
no."
Don't get me involved. All right. So the rule of thumb: origin?
I'm not the only one. Thank God.
The origin is actually uncertain, but the earliest recorded is by Scottish preacher James Durham. Many professed Christians are like to foolish. Many professed Christians are like to foolish builders who build by guess and by rule of thumb, as we used to speak, and not by square and rule. So rule of thumb is they probably just measured using their thumb instead of doing it right.
I heard rule of thumb was something. I hope that's in here. I heard rule of thumb was something else because they said it in a movie. It was like, is that not one of ours?
I just read rule of thumb. That's the only thing I have for it.
Oh, say it again.
This was hard to read.
It was.
The origin is actually uncertain, but the earliest record is by Scottish preacher James Durham. Many professed Christians are like to foolish builders who build by guess and by rule of thumb, and not by square and rule.
Oh, see, I heard something different. I think it was, I mean, granted, it was like in a movie, but.
I mean, they could have lied.
I mean, they could have lied, but I just want to look it up to see if maybe I can find it because it was something else. Like, it was way more serious, too, at least from what I remember. Rule, if I can fucking spell.
You can't read, you can't spell. Wow. Look at us. Now the dogs are sleeping.
Let's see. Rule of thumb. No.
Do you remember what movie it was?
Rule of thumb, a method based on experience and common sense. No, that wasn't it. Maybe I can't find it because it was in.
We'll just look it up later. It's
Yeah.
We're in the middle.
Was it a Jim Carrey movie? I don't know. Anyway, let's see. Break the Ice. I haven't heard that one either.
That's
Just
bullshit.
Dating back to the 17th century, writer Samuel Butler used the expression in the poem Hubris.
Yeah, that's weird.
But it's an I in between. Hudibras.
I need to see. I'm a visual. What number?
Oh no, break the ice.
Expression in the
Hudibras.
Hudibras. Hudibras.
Let's see which read at least silence at last silence. God. I don't know what is happening today. At last broke silence and the ice. Goodness gracious,
So,
that took forever.
Opening like breaking the silence.
Yeah.
All right, this is my last one. It's long.
Seriously?
Yeah. I think I had one less than you.
Yeah, you have one less. I have 12. So you
I thought I had
lied.
12. I mean, I only have 11.
only
Okay,
have
so the third degree. Third degree.
I heard that one.
Okay. There are several tales about the origin of the third degree, a saying commonly used for long or arduous interrogations. One. Sorry, guys, take a shot. One theory argues the phrase relates to the various degrees of murder in the criminal code. Yet another credits it to Thomas F. Byrnes, 19th century New York policeman who used the pun third degree burn. I guess his last name is Burns. So Thomas Burns, a 19th century New York City policeman who used the pun third degree burns when describing his hard-nosed questioning style. In truth, the saying is most likely derived from the Freemasons, a century-old fraternity organization whose members undergo rigorous questioning and examinations before becoming third-degree members or master masons. I like the third-degree burn one.
So it's apparently for drilling them? with
Yeah.
Questions?
What's with the third degree?
What's with the third degree burns? Let's see. When in Rome, do as Romans do. I think I've heard that one. Probably heard it in Gladiator, maybe.
No.
Maybe. I think I heard it there. They're Romans, aren't they?
Spartans.
Gladiator? You're thinking of the 300.
Gladiator. I don't fucking know. I don't like those movies.
I don't think Gladiator. You don't like those? What is wrong with you?
I don't
They're
like.
classics.
I don't like army war movies.
This is not army. It's war, but not army. Two different things.
Continue.
You're rude.
You're rude.
When in Rome, do as Romans do. This one has gone through a plethora, I love that word, of iterations.
Good job.
Look at me. I can't speak like normal words, but I can say those.
The hard ones. Plethora.
Plethora of iterations, but I can't say as far.
Or message.
Or message. Oh my goodness. As far as the English version, the saying, as we know, it is found in interesting letters of Pope Clement. I don't know how to read Roman numerals. XIV.
So 14.
Perfect. Oh yeah, 10 and then yeah, the one. Duh.
One in
Yeah, one in front means 14 or -1. I'm an idiot. I knew that. Now, if it gets like long, I can't probably read that.
I don't know like the hundreds and thousands, so I don't know what Super
Yeah,
Bowl
like
we're
Super Bowl, I can't read that.
300.
3 million. You're close. You're very close.
45.
Which read that when in Rome, when we are at Rome, we should do as Romans do. So, like, basically, like when you're at home, no.
Whenever you go,
I want to give an example for once.
That was hostile.
Oh man.
Good. Karma's a bitch.
So like my understanding is not necessarily you don't have to be in Rome, but like when you're in someone's house, like act as they do.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
So, like, let's say you go to a
Like-
friend's house and they only eat healthy. Well, you're going to eat healthy too.
Or
so.
like when you go to a friend's house and everybody takes off their shoes, you take off your shoes.
Right.
Don't be the dick that just walks in the house with your shoes on. You would do that, wouldn't you?
Tiger moms would kill you.
Tiger moms?
Like, usually they, in Asian countries, moms who are like helicopter parenting, they're called tiger moms or tiger dads.
Helicopter parenting? What does that even mean?
Helicopter parenting is like parents who are on their kids' shit all the time. Did you do your homework? Did you do this? Do that?
Oh my god.
Like all that kind of
So
shit.
glad my mom did not do that to me.
But that was your last
Oh,
one.
I know this one too. Rub the wrong way. I'm surprised you didn't put this one for you. Meow.
Well, originally I was going to take that one, but these were longer.
Rub the wrong way. Meow. The origins of this phrase refers to cats, specifically rubbing their fur in the wrong direction as written in Mary Hughes' Aunt Mary's Tale in 1819. While the origins of this one are debated, the Americanized version of this expression no doubt came from Mary Hughes. I actually read that whole one almost without not messing up at all. It was like almost perfect.
Good job.
Thank you. I want to rub the cat's hair the wrong way and see what they do.
Gordon likes it.
He does?
Yeah.
I haven't tried that. I just always rub it the right
Nugget
way.
will fucking kill you.
Well, Nugget doesn't like me really petting her anyway because she gets scared every time I walk up because I'm always mad at her.
Because you're black.
Probably. And I'm always pissed off at her because she's always being a bitch.
Oh, is that your last one?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, that's our topic.
Yeah, perfect. An hour and 2 minutes.
Look at us. Look at us go.
Look at us go. Oh, hey there, don't you know?
Are you Jamaican?
That's Wisconsin-y.
Order hey now, don't you know?
That was Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
All
right.
Say it perfect. Thank you.
So you get the movie. I get the topic.
I'm saying my movie now?
Yeah.
Oh, Renfield or Redfield.
Renfield. And it is on
Renfield.
Peacock. Cock.
The big old peacock. You know what I'm saying.
No.
Oh. Yeah. No.
So Renfield is on Peacock. I'm pretty sure you probably could get it on Redbox, maybe Amazon Prime. I might be lying to you, but it is on Peacock. I just checked. And then my topic is the title. It doesn't match up with what it is, but it says like 25 facts that'll scare you. But they're just random facts, and I like random facts, so we're going to learn together.
Nice.
So random facts and Renfield. That is our next episode, and then we'll probably have an update with my birthday stuff that we did.
Yeah,
how it went.
the shenanigans
The shenanigans.
that are going to unslew, right?
Huh?
Or slew. How do you say?
Slew?
What is slew?
That's not the right word.
I've heard it something like you unravel something, but it's not unravel. It's
Unfurl? Somebody's snoring.
oh well. It's not unslew.
It's unfurl.
Okay. I'm sad now.
You tried. It was a
I
good
did.
effort.
I did.
All right.
A for
So
effort.
thank you so much for listening, folks. Please rate and review. We haven't said that in a while. It definitely helps us out, and we really appreciate it. Also,
5 stars only.
only 5 stars. And if you really hate us, send us an email, and we'll read it on.
Yeah.
But
still
give us-
save us 5 stars.
Yeah, still give us 5 stars, please. And so then what we are doing now is talking about stuff. Okay, so We're Not Qualified is coming up in the next couple episodes. And so you know what to do. Please email us at inforthenight69@gmail.com or go to our website, inforthenightpodcast.com, and go ahead and go to the contact section and you can send us an email there. But also, Lur, G. Doggerino, what else can you find on our website?
Merchandise and merchandise and Patreonage.
Okay, so Patreon and merchandise, please, if you love us and you want us to represent, please go to that merchandise store and look it online and purchase something. If you really just want to donate to the cause and help the puppies get treats, even though they're fat, go to Patreon and donate there. We are actively working on getting video. I apologize. I'm just lazy. I don't want to give an excuse.
Well, we also were doing our flooring in the basement because the carpet got torn up by one of the dogs months ago, and we finally fixed it.
Yeah.
So both of our backs have been hurting, feet, ankles, everything. So we've been kind of today was a complete lazy day. We both took a nap on the couch for
I took a 2 hour
2 or 3 hours or something like that.
watching Bob's Burgers.
And then I'm a little sick too. So yeah, it's been a slow race. So
but I've been working.
it's not a sprint; it's a marathon.
The last couple of days I've been working on a really big project for work. So I haven't been lazy today. I've done a lot of work, but
Well,
you caught up to me. Anyway, That's it. That's all we have for you. We hope we gave you a reason to stay in for the night. And he's yawning. He can't even do his last thing. He can't
and until next time, peeps, peace out.